So hi there, tarot lovers. So our card of the day today is the Three of Swords. So if you take a look at this card, there's an obvious heart pierced by three swords. It's very cloudy on a rainy day. Sorry I couldn't manifest the rainy day, but I'm happy about that. So this is the swords. The swords are the suit of the mind, the intellect, our rationality, not normally connected to our heart, and our ideas are not normally heart-centered. And the three is this number of creativity. It's this normally this trinity energy which holds a creative power, and the mind in its creative element is wonderfully intellectual and rational. It's wonderfully able to dissect and put pieces of the puzzle together and rationalize everything. And if you've ever had a rational conversation with yourself or other people, you often find yourselves going round and round in circles and ending up at the same spot where you started. There's something about the duality of the mind where there's always going to be a right part and a wrong part. There's always going to be some belief, or some aspects of a belief are good and some aspects of a belief are not so great, And this is the nature of the mind. This is the nature of mental truth, of beliefs and ideas and thoughts. We would love that our ideas and beliefs are wholly true 100%, so that we can build upon a reality upon those ideas, but it's not really the case. Our ideas have two sides to them all the time, and there are hidden stories of truth and non-truth inside of a lot of the beliefs that we hold. When we are very much in our minds, we become disconnected naturally from our hearts, and we stifle the voice of our heart, and it makes it difficult to hear our intuition, and we'll naturally follow the creativity of our minds, and it won't always lead us to pleasant places. This is a card of sorrow and grief and pain. When people normally see this card, they see all those things in it. They see the rain representing the tears that we might feel with old triggers of traumas and tragedies in our lives, or past memories coming up, triggered by what somebody said, or what we heard, or what our own inner critic might have told ourselves. There's something important about this card, and there's something rich in allowing ourselves to feel our pain and to feel this suffering. A lot of the time we'll avoid it. We'll tell ourselves, no, we don't want to go to that past, that memory. We don't want to feel that traumatic sorrow and grief once again. We'd rather not go there. And so we'll do this quite often by staying in our minds and staying in our old patterns of old belief systems, and giving more importance to our intellect more than anything else. So this card is asking us to allow that pain to flow. There's maybe something in your life that's coming up that's triggering an old story, triggering some ancestral pattern, triggering something that really feels a little bit painful and hurtful inside of you. And if this is the case, allow it to come up, allow it to surface, allow it to pass, allow it to flow through you. You don't need to dwell on it. You don't need to dive into it and allow it to cause you a deeper version of suppression, which normally brings out a depressive state of mind, which this card sometimes can represent. But if we allow ourselves to really appreciate the importance of the pain, it can point out, show us, direct us towards the healing that we're really needing, and it can highlight and enlighten our minds to see what are those self-sabotaging patterns and those restrictive beliefs that we have that are holding us back from really feeling and manifesting our truth and our greatness? What are those ideas that we're so desperately cling to, which fundamentally are not the best for us, are the ones that are causing us the pain and causing us the suffering inside? And so this card has a positive message, but the positive message is to allow that negative energy and those more darker feelings of sorrow and grief and pain to come up, because inside of there is something to heal. It's a wonderful message or way that your body and your emotional body will communicate to you and to your mind and allow you to see how you are blocking your hearts and how you are, how your belief stories are actually holding you back from a deeper connection to your truth, to your heart, to your self-love, and it will help us see where we need to focus in order to release and to let go of this pain and this inner suffering. There's one thing that everybody will have experienced at one time or another, and that is that love is this energy which really connects us and which really helps us feel super connected to each other, and that's why it's so addictive and so wonderful. And when we most feel self-love is when we most feel connected to ourselves and when we most feel accepting towards ourselves. But sorrow and pain are also emotions and feelings that will create deep and strong bonding, more even as much as love. It's quite, it's contradictory in nature, but when you allow yourself to go into your suffering and your own inner pain, you will also allow yourself to feel empathic and emotionally connected to all the pain in the whole world, and that is, that everyone can mirror to you. You will allow yourself to feel so naturally compassionate and naturally connected to the pain and the suffering of all of the world. In a way, this is a beautiful experience because that connection is something that's important. But if we don't allow it and we push this our pain away in whatever way, shape or form, it can come up and haunt us with more mental stories of depression and even physical stories of physical illness. So allow the pain to flow, allow yourself to dive into what might be traumatic, allow yourself to embrace and accept the triggers that are taking place in your life, and see if you can bring those tears out to see what is really those core beliefs that are holding us back from our deeper heart connection and deeper self-love and self-appreciation in our lives. Have a great day.